All right, guys, we are back for another Dokkan Battle video. So, we had a bit of an interesting thing happen yesterday. What we've got right here is the Saibaiman are having their leader skill nerfed, the SCR Saibaiman, right? So, what we've got here is we have the Int Saibaiman are a godlike character when they're getting the support and they're on the leader skill of the STR Sidemen right here, right? When their stats are boom right there, and then we got this going on, and it creates a setup where this character is, the God Slayer. Just a ridiculous demon of a character. But that, I don't like. In order to do the setup, I guess supposedly, as is intended, as we'll talk about it, they do want you to run basically just like a full Sidemen team. So here's just a playlist of the different shenanigans we've done with these Cybermen. The thing that's good, I guess, is there's only one more video that I want to get done before we're, I guess the nerf of the leader skill actually happens. But if we hit this video right here, at the start right here, the intended setup they want us to do is essentially just all of these Cybermen just like this, right? And then we kind of go through the turn. STR Cyberman in Saw 1, he gets targeted, and then that allows Int Cyberman to go into his godlike mode, right? And just attack, and just go absolutely, utterly insane, right? But what makes things really crazy, Cell Max and Bio Broly are, they're definitely tough fights. I don't want to kind of pretend like they're not, but certainly I would say the two recent fights we've seen are, I think, much harder. And with these fights, you're not going in here against Super Saiyan 3 Goku or Majin Vegeta with a full Cyberman setup. But the leader skill is, this shit is actually still so good that we can take, the best units in the game, Goma, UI Evolution Blue Vegeta, the Int Super Saiyan Force, all these types of characters. And, offensively, they're not quite as powerful as they would be under their normal leader skills. Defensively, they're very similar, at least, right? So, when we combine the Int Cyberman with, all the best characters in the game, it becomes like a god killer setup, right? And we're able to take down Super Saiyan 3 Goku. We even take down Majin Vegeta with this team. Majin Vegeta is a fight that directly counters the Cybermen, by the way, because his dodge cancel makes it to where, the Cybermen can't dodge. This guy can't. Well, I don't know what the context was. I was a little confused, but one time I did have this guy live the AoE from Majin Vegeta, but I wasn't able to replicate it. It probably might have been Goma support or something like that. But anyway, with the dodge cancel, you can't run from Vegeta. You can't attack break him. And then there's another reason why this guy actually counters the Cybermen. It's on this next turn right here, right? So here's why Majin Vegeta counters the Cybermen. Did you see that? The first attack he does, it's just two actions. Countdown and then final explosion. So what happens here, STR Cyberman does not get targeted, and thus the Int Cyberman is not really in God mode, right? He's, still ridiculously, utterly broken OP character, but he doesn't have all the extra stats that he would get right here, putting him into God mode. So Majin Vegeta counters it, but again, in conjunction with characters like Goma and, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and GT Goku, we're able to just hand Majin Vegeta his asshole inside out anyway, right? And, of course, the Int Cyberman goes crazy. And in combined with Goma, we're able to kind of, cheat Majin Vegeta's system, and he targeted the SCR Cyberman, and then the Int Cyberman, blew him away. Easy peasy. Now, Dokkan, they're going to nerf the leader skill. I was under the impression that this is just kind of the normal, whatchamacallit, April Fool's Day thing. We've seen a million of these where it's April Fool's Day apology, and then, they give out a gift or something like that. But apparently that's not what this was. It actually was just the leader skill was too strong. I mean, I get it in that, you know, when you're able to add all these characters, like this leader skill is essentially the entire, like, it is just like the entire game. Like, every character is just on this lead. Like, it is, like, if you think about it, it is nuts. This does really make you raise your eyebrow, though. Like, they didn't realize it, because it does seem like that. So I made a tweet. I was like, oh no, guys, it's no big deal, no big deal. Just the typical April Fool's Day stuff. And then Rick and Proton came in, and they were like, no, that's not actually the case, right? So on both Global and JP, the news post has the most current announcement ID by a bit, which is something we see with bug fixes. Probably means that it wasn't made with the other posts. The other posts, of course, being the like these, right? Like, oh, like, you know, the Saibaiman, like the constant updates with the April Fool's Day stuff, right? So let's head back over. If this was intended, I think it would have been part of the Saibaiman retreat. So this really does seem like this is just like, oh, oops. Like, it's like, okay. So, and we could talk a little bit about these time-limited events while we're here, too. But I guess they're looking at it, they're like, oh, wait, no, you guys aren't supposed to be beating Majin Vegeta and Super Saiyan 3 Goku with the Saibaiman. No, you're not supposed to be able to do that. And it's just like, they're like, well, time to nerf. So I deleted my tweet, because, you know what's funny is, I do get caught in a position where it's like, oh, so you're backing down, you're deleting your tweet, and it's like, well, yeah, I mean, it was just wrong information, right? Because it's like, at this point, I am kind of, I mean, I'd say this, like, I have a large voice, right? Like, I've grown to a big size, not just my weight, right? So, like, it's like, if I have a tweet out there that's just, like, actually just, like, wrong, like, yeah, I'll delete it. I don't want people to see it and be like, oh, okay, like, but it's not actually true. So, it looks as though these fuckers really saw these Majin Vegeta clears and shit, and they said, hell no. And I guess they didn't want people probably going into festival battles as well and dominating with the Saibaiman, right? Well, you know, as we see, like, yeah, guess who kills Vegito, by the way? Any guesses, chat? Who takes Vegito down? The god of the game, of course, in Saibaiman. So, like, this run right here in Festival is something that will not be possible after they nerf the leader skill, right? So I guess that, like we can go through, I am pretty sure, every single fight. In this video, we do, we do Tamagami 1, we did Evolution Blue Vegeta and UI Goku, we did Majin Vegeta, we did Super Saiyan 3 Goku as well, we fought him, we did Bio Broly, we did fight Bio Broly as well, and then we also did Cell Max. So all those fights, we no item. Now, all these weren't full Saibaiman teams. The easier fights, Bio Broly and Cell Max, we could easily clear with full Saibaiman. Doesn't really matter too much. But the content that's a little bit more post-11th anniversary, those certainly felt like it needed, you know, like Goma to help out, for example, right? So, I mean, this puts us in a tricky little situation. I'm just curious, like, to see what people are thinking about with this. Nah, it's not. Okay, the way the wording is kind of like, it was very confusing to people. But the Saibaiman aren't actually getting additional stats. The Saibaiman remain exactly the same, which is the top part right there. At, like, this whole thing, it's exactly the same right here. And then this last part, this is what, like, UI Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta, Goma, the in Super Saiyan 4s, they get plus 3,181. This part right here was also applied to the Saibaiman. Like, this, Saibaiman are getting this, and Saibaiman are getting this. Because remember, this leader skill right here is not like a category or anything. It's just the name, Saibaiman. Characters with that name were getting that buff, right? So I just wanted to kind of take a look at what people were, like, saying about this, what people were thinking about. Because it's just, certainly, I think, combined with the time-limited events, I am seeing a lot more frustrations and stuff. There's zero difference running a full Saibaiman team. Yes, that is true. But again, the tougher fights at the full Saibaiman team. I mean, I'm sure if we did, you can't beat Majin Vegeta with full Saibaiman. You can't be done. No way. There's no way you could do full Saibaiman against Majin Vegeta. But could you do full Saibaiman against Super Saiyan 3 Goku? I mean, with perfect RNG, I bet you could. It would be it would be a ridiculous run because you have to go through 3 phases, and these Cybermen have to dodge basically every single second, and you're gonna need multiple turns of Cyberman against this guy. I bet you probably could do it, but it'd be tough. I don't think you could do full Cybermen against Majin Vegeta. No way. I don't see how the Cybermen could live the final explosion. Just I don't see it, right? So that's the part they took away. I know Nano did like let's look at some of the quotes. Seems like yeah, so Gresh doesn't like it, but a lot of the like limited stuff content people are not vibing with at all, right? I do think limited events don't really bother me as much as other people, but I think that there's a key point that's kind of a big deal, which is like Dokkan for years would drop okay, I know. Okay, so let me pull up who. He's coming right up. Tech UI is who I want to pull up. Right here, Tech UI. Tech UI drops, right? Along with the Universal Survival Saga, Supreme Magnificent Battle. The one that ended with Goku and Frieza. In that, like, structure of event, there was a legendary existence mission that was very difficult, right? It was ridiculously difficult against Blue Kaioken Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta. And there really haven't even been that many new characters since that Tech UI came out, right? The order of characters is a little bit different than what it was on JP, but there hasn't been that many characters, right? So, like, a player could, like, okay, I didn't get Tech UI Goku. Damn. Well, I mean, I'll just, once my Legendary Existence team is good enough, I'll go beat the mission. Well, with the limited time events and limited time missions, you can't just go beat it later on. It's like you got to do it now or you're not doing it. So that is the part that is very ass. So it's like, all right, like Deborah drops, skip them. Vegeta and Nappa drops, skip them. Let's say the next Dokkan Fest. Well, the next Dokkan Fest would be Golden Week. So let's talk about the start of June Dokkan Fest. It's Krillin, skip them, right? Like, it's like, whatever. You'll get these characters when they come back on better banners. The missions, you could do at your leisure. With the time-limited content, that's not really the case. Now, the good news, I could definitely say this, is they do care about the community's opinions and stuff. So I do think once it's time for, like, surveys to come in and for them to act on it, I do think they will stop the time-limited content. But I don't know how much longer it'll go on. I would imagine that, like, the way they have things structured probably would continue going on for another couple of months. But maybe once we go into GDC, it would be, like, permanent content dropping again. And I would hope that, if we pull this up, that they would just maybe return the content. Maybe I'm just being very, like, glass half full optimistic here. But the Red Zone RE, this Supreme Magnificent Battle RE, Greatest Tours, and then now this one. Those are basically the 4, like, events that were kind of, like, limited. Certainly, it is very much a bummer to me in the aspect that I think that this is, in the Red Zone era, I think this Jiren is the second hardest fight we've ever had. I had so much fun, running all types of teams into Jiren, right? No iteming him. And, I mean, they took the fight away. Boom. It's gone. So, best I could do is hope that they're going to return some of this content. And hopefully, as they see players really hate shit, they will. Let's see what some people said. Everything Dokkan's done this year has been lame as hell except Saiyan Day. For the most part. I mean, I do think Deborah's celebration was good. Saiyan Day was good. The Vegeta and Nappa celebration so far, is not looking good, and the 11th anniversary is not looking good. I will kind of defend that Deborah celebration, though. Felt like that was pretty good for, like, start of March celebration, which is usually quite weak. Only thing is, and this is, I think, more so, I wonder if people would bring it up, but a huge issue, I think, is how stingy they've been with easy A's. That I think is a huge problem. I keep getting people who go, oh my god, they can't go too fast to run out of easy A's. I don't want to be rude, but are you out of your motherfucking mind? Dude, it's not hard for them to drop. Okay. You want to know a good example of this? Where is it? Damn it. The only thing about this site is it is the global order of events. Motherfuckers, this was a sub-easy event they dropped. All 4 of these guys were really good. They were really good. These were really good easy A characters. Do you know how many fucking banner units are back here that they have not touched? Characters from 10 fucking years ago? Like, guys, they're not running out of easy A's. They could go into super easy A's. They could go into sub easy A's. Like, it doesn't all just need to be the Dokkan Fest, and Yellow Quinn LR easy A's. I'm just trying to go back as far as I can. Some of the oldest characters, I think, that haven't gotten, like, an easy A, it'd be, like, Int Turles and stuff. So these guys could still get Awakening, like Chaozu and Yamcha. Yeah, there's Turles, who's pretty much, like, the oldest TUR without an Awakening. One of them. Turles is there. Then some of these other Shattering Limit Awakenings, like this guy right here, Gohan, and these Bojacks. Bro, dude, do you know how old these characters are? It's insane that they've just been sitting there without an easy A forever. This Cell could get awakened very easily, right? This baby could get a free-to-play awakening, or easy A, free-to-play easy A. This guy could get an awakening, right? Like, there's actually so fucking much back here, right? The huge batch of GT Trunkses have an easy aid. They can awaken these guys. They can awaken this guy. Like, the Bardock Great Ape characters have an easy aid. This Super Saiyan Goku, this God Goku. Like, we could just keep going. Like, there's so much. What about these fuckers? Answer me this. Looks like Dokkan Frontier is going to be dropping more stages in April. Yes or no, do you think these guys would help? On Planet fucking Namek, dude. Which is not a crazy category. So, I am... that is what has been... I'm lost on people going, oh, well, they can't just spam easy A's. Yes, they can. What are you talking about? Of course they can. Okay. This is a good point. I would really, though, the one I'd turn my attention to is Raditz. I mean, terrible units on release. I feel like every game has this. Like, I don't want to, like, go too crazy in, like, defense mode of Dokkan or something like that. But it's like, bro, we go through every, like, competitive game. Like, there's good stuff and bad stuff that comes out. But, like, Raditz is the one where it's like, bro, like, that would be something where it's like, if we're going to look at this and say, oh my god, the Saibaiman's leader skill is too... Oh, I guess I don't have the actual post pull. Why don't I just pull the damn post up? But they go, oh my god, the Sideman's leader skill. You shouldn't be clearing Majin Vegeta with Sideman. No. We don't want that. Right? Well, how about, oh, Raditz is the worst character of literally all fucking time. Let's fix him. Yeah, I mean, it is crazy. They're stupid and didn't notice. Okay, like, yeah, people have been talking about TURs with very low stats being, like, much stronger, like the manga characters and stuff like that. But that's not even fully the extent of it. It's the fact that it allowed you to use like, right now, once the buff is gone, Saibaiman is, like, the strongest character in Dokkan history, but on a team you can't win with, right? Like, these new, crazy, difficult events are going to come out, but you can't win with God level in Saibaiman because it's just a team of Saibaiman. The other Saibaiman die. Saibaiman is immortal on the team, but the other Saibaiman are not, and you'll lose. As it is right now, you could use God mode in Saibaiman and win every fight. And that, I think, is more so the issue. It's like, that's why, like, it felt like that's such an April Fool's Day thing of, like, he's this crazy, and then the team is so crazy, and then, oh, yeah, it was intended that we'd let you guys clown around for a couple of days, and then we're going to drop the leader skill down. But no, apparently they're just like, yeah, no, it's way too strong, actually. Oops. Yeah, we could say Dokkan under Geppy is off to not a good start. Yeah, people are... I see so much focus on Bio Broly, but, like, we... You know, there are harder fights, right? Yeah, it's... Alright, so here's Nano. Limited time events, limited time leader skills. What's next? Let's see what people said under Nanos. Limited time Dragon Stones, limited time servers. End of service announcement. I mean, with the remake of Dragon Ball Super coming, Dokkan and Legends, I mean, maybe we could even say one of the reasons this is going on is because Dokkan and Legends, they really feel like they just have a 10-year lease of life just extended with Dragon Ball Super remake coming, right? So they're like, okay, fuck it, let's try some, you know, limited time events and stuff like that. The one thing I do feel pretty good about is I'm pretty confident once, like, all the feedback has been there for a bit, they're going to go, okay, no more. Because, you know, it does feel like they've listened to a huge amount of legit, like, criticisms, feedback, and stuff like that recently. I do think so, right? Limited time buffs, I think, are good, though. I think these are good. This is just taking a character like... I mean, in Evolution Blue Vegeta, I wasn't in love with him during the 11th anniversary, but, like, he was, like, runnable. Right now, in, like, the actual tough fights, you're not running his ass. Let me pull up the limited time buffs. Limited time buffs, I think, are fine. Right, this... No, I just want the playlist, god damn it, not open up the video. Fucker. I think these are fine. This is fine. Like, this is just taking one of these characters and making them more relevant during the celebration. I think that this is something Dokkan could do all the time. In particular with, you know, like, Vegeta and Nappa. Yeah, exactly. How much better would it be if we could run Vegeta and Nappa right now? And they gave limited time buffs. How about fucking LR Kaioken Goku, right? Actually gave him 700% attack and defense for the next month. That would be better than nothing, dude. Like, I do kind of like the limited time buffs to help out some of those teams like that. Yeah, see, again, it changes nothing for the team. Except for the fact that it now makes it to where Saibaiman can't sweep the team. I feel like a lot of people, and this harkens to the fact that it's limited time events, I'm not seeing clips all day long of people fighting Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Majin. I'm not seeing it, right? It's all I see still is Bio Broly. Like, people just endlessly are fighting like Bio Broly and Cell Max. These guys are kind of more the standard, right? Omega, this guy, you know, the Goku, and, like, I mean, to be fair, the Goku and Frieza, I probably would say, like, Cell Max is harder than that. But Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Majin Vegeta, these guys are trickier than the previous fights we've seen, for sure. By the way, I don't understand what this... I've never seen him do this. I don't know why it says he could do it. Because it's just, like, even if we look at his scripted actions right here. Instant transmission, meteor crush. That's all he does. Yeah, very strange, very strange. Yeah, but... So, it does change something. And it keeps you from finishing off the entire game with Saibaiman after it's fixed, right? Yeah, the limited time events has created this. This shit is whack. So I'm just looking forward to when they're gonna just stop doing the limited time events, which I do think is coming. Limited time Sommel units. Yeah, they're not gonna do something like that, right? Legends limited. That's funny because that's basically gone now. Legends rarity, right? Alright, what else do we got here? Accidentally made the manga units usable. Yeah, people really love the manga units. Sure. I mean, yeah. Because it's characters whose stats were lower. Like, not like... And, you know, because, like, as I explained, like, the LR characters, right? Like, their damage, some of, like, 11th anniversary headliners, best characters in the game, like, some of their damage is a little bit lower, but defensively they're, like, very similar, right? So, like, these manga characters with low stats were just much more effective there. Limited time challenge events. Now they're nerfing one of the funnest leaders we've gotten in Dokkan history. Yeah, I mean, it is, well, yeah, one of the funnest leaders in Dokkan history because it's actually like the best leader skill in Dokkan history. That's why. It is a true, like I mean, like essentially like 220% leader skill to the entire game, basically. It's so silly. You know, I guess maybe some of the characters have a little bit less ki, but yeah, it is utterly ridiculous, right? Yeah, I am baffled. This does baffle me. Like, they really dropped that shit without knowing? Are you out of your mind? That seems so crazy to me. It does. I know people will go, okay, now, hold on. People will go, oh, we could tell all the time by all the bad EZAs and stuff like that. Except, most of these characters, like, people are, just, you know, we get the details where they go, oh, they're ass, aren't actually as bad as people are. Like, people were complaining heavily about Int Majin Vegeta. Like, he's not a dominant beast. And, yes, they were complaining about him separate from just his intro condition, by the way. Yes, they were. Dude, like, a lot of crazy characters people instantly downplay. So, I mean, this, like, play test it, that's why it's crazy to me that Dokkan is... So, like, Dokkan is essentially making the same mistake that, like, Vegito Blue 27 is when he replies and says, what the fuck? AGL Carnival Goku sucks! This 11th anniversary, the EZAs need to fucking be better, you're out of your mind. And then AGL Carnival Goku is actually like one of the strongest EZAs of all time. Like, Dokkan kind of did the same thing in reverse, though. Where it's like, they created one of the most busted leader skills they've ever made without realizing it. You guys made the game! Dude, like, come on. It's crazy. People talking about the manga units. Saibaiman team stays as good as it is. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. Alright, so chat, I think we'll get out of here. People are not upset. Dude, people talk about these manga characters. Does everyone really have all these manga characters? I don't, because I feel like leading up to this, I've not seen people really talk about them. I guess maybe because most of them are pretty shit. Frieza was very good in Dokkan Frontier, and I could imagine the conditions of Dokkan Frontier would make it very good for many of the manga characters. Like, I don't know, the Vegeta I don't like, but I bet the Vegeta probably would be very effective in Saiyan Saga Dokkan Frontier, right? Or, I mean, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan is great. Frieza's really good, right? Who's another? Like, Boo. Boo will probably be really good in Boo Saga Dokkan Frontier. Yeah, pretty crazy. So, let me know what you guys think, right? I do, yeah, for real, yeah. I do hope that we could get back to, getting rid of the ridiculous, like, limited time stuff. Because I am most definitely seeing a lot of real frustration towards it. And, like, this, like, following up limited time events, has people not happy. So, let me know what you guys think. I love y'all. Mwah! I'll catch y'all next time.